Hey, Decide Destiny crew, Carl Spreedy's here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Destiny daily dose. Decide to have your reminders. Think about back in when people would go to war or when they would spend a lot of time away from each other. What would they have? They'd have a locket, And what's in that locket? A photograph of a husband and a wife, a photograph of kids. It's a reminder. It's a reminder for them to keep striving, for them to return home safely, for them to make the most of where they are right now, be conscious, be present so that they can perform, so that they can do what they have to do to get back home. And why are they there? At that time, they're there fighting because they want to protect the ones at home. They want to protect the people in that locket, in that photo. So decide to find reminders in your life to be conscious, reminders in your life to get out of to take a sharp left turn when you're going down, you're going down a road of negativity, when you're going down a thought pattern of despair, when you're going down a channel or an alley, if you will, of victimhood. So find reminders in your life that you can have that can, so for me, I've got a screenshot on my phone, and every month I change it. It might be a quote from someone that I find inspiring, David Goggins, Jocko Willink, Grant Cardone, Martin Luther King, Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee. It might be something that I find inspiring, or it might be someone from Stoicism. So I've got Stoic quotes on there. A great one, I guess I'd say to chuck on if you wanted to find one, would be I'm trying to remember. I think it might have been Epictetus that said this. Or Marcus Aurelius, that we often suffer far more in our mind than we do in reality. So that's a great little screenshot to have on your phone. So every time you're going through your day, if you're feeling stressed, you're feeling overwhelmed, something doesn't go your way, which, I hate to break the bubble, in most days things might not necessarily go your way. We're in nature, we're in this environment, this planet that's got plans of its own. Nature disciplines everything, and we're also interacting with so many different human beings that are looking after their interests. So just be aware of when you need those reminders. Sometimes you can put it as a calendar, and a Google Calendar reminder, something like that, something positive. I used to put it like at 1 p.m. Be attentive, because what happens is you get so wrapped up in the mind, and you get so wrapped up here that you have it up top, that you have disconnect from your heart and your soul. And your heart and your soul is really in that loving space, in that energy space, in that grateful for what we have, and inspired to make a positive impact and change, and just inspired to interact with life. That comes from deep within, and and you have to tell it to your mind. So your mind often can be the dissection, or the the thing that kind of rattles in your head over and over again. Fear, moving away from danger, moving towards pleasure, moving away from pain, moving towards pleasure. That game that just goes on internally in your head can be firing off at all cylinders, and finding ways that you can remind yourself to be conscious, that you can remind yourself to be aware, that you can remind yourself to be present. It's going to be so powerful in your life. It's going to reward you in so many ways. It's going to serve you in so many ways. It's going to serve you in the work that you do. It's going to serve you in the decisions that you make, the choices. It's going to serve you in the way that you respond to what happens outside of you. It's going to serve you in rejigging thought patterns and removing negative feedback systems that are going on in your head, your internal state. It's going to serve you from making those, changing the times that you make those mistakes, and also it's going to serve you in terms of taking ownership rather than being a victim, which is just a painful way. And I don't understand why people want to go towards. I do understand. I've done that before in my life, where you go towards being a victim. But when you learn that as a victim all you're doing is extenuating the pain, then it really makes sense not to be a victim. So find ways that you can remind yourself. Maybe you can have a bracelet on, it's like I had a tiger's eye bracelet that someone gave me, and just seeing that kind of brought joy and smile to my face. I've got photos of in my place, family members that have passed, that really remind me of them and the love that they gave me and all the good times, and the fact that they're looking over me and wanting me to go out and create the best life for myself and really make a positive impact. So find those reminders. Sometimes you have to call people, you have to call family members. I'm very lucky I can call my grandmother, and she's so sweet. I lived with my grandparents for many years, so we have a real strong connection, and she's so sweet. She'll remind me of all my greatest qualities, of all my really good qualities, and the good things that I do and can do, and she'll remind me to be positive in that, and to take time to look after my health and myself. So find those reminders in your life so that you can show up better, bolder, and brighter. Whatever they are, find ways that you can remind yourself when you're going into that channel, remember that road that is taking you to a place that you don't really want to be going down. Find a reminder that can snap you back. Accountability buddies are great, friends that can kind of check in with you, and you can be honest with, you can be open, you can pour out what's in your heart, you can actually connect with them and be vulnerable. That's really powerful, because they can grab you before you're going to go down into the pit. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. Share it around with anyone who you think might resonate with that. Anyone you think might need more reminders in their lives. Maybe they're going good for a certain amount of time, and I think most of us can feel like this. We can be in a good phase, and then things get hard, and then we can kind of be knocked off course and knocked off our perch, and kind of be in a not so great phase. So share it around with anyone you think this might serve, or help, or assist, or shift their thinking. And as always, guys, remember, decide your destiny. Cheers.